Well, very good morning, everybody, for Tuesday, the 3rd of August. Sorry, this is a bit later than scheduled, but we do have all the information now relevant for today. Okay, so low pressure continuing to dominate over the UK at the moment. Thankfully, at least keeping at bay today and tomorrow, a little bit more of the frontal activity. Yesterday was quite odd. We had sort of fronts sort of coming from all sorts of sort of directions, well, trough lines, which were actually almost going to clobber us, but never actually quite did. So yeah, I'm hoping today and tomorrow will be a little bit on the brighter side before we start seeing the influence of a low pressure system a little bit later in the week. But slack winds, if anything, are very, very slight easterly. Looking at the winds, as I said, maybe variable 5 knots, I think, across most of the country. Bit different wherever you go, really. But I say variable, you will not be disappointed. And the satellite picture is showing sort of this sort of misty layer that we're just seeing outside, just burning back, and some sort of cloud just clearing over Wales and up into the most of the task area. It should be starting to brighten up a little bit. But yes, we're sort of losing this misty bits, which is quite unusual for this time of year. The wind and the public forecast is showing easterly at about 5 knots across most of the day. The chance of some more shower activity. This didn't, although it showed on the Met Office, didn't really happen yesterday. So yeah, worth just keeping that in mind, that it might deteriorate later today, it might not, we'll just have to see. But yeah, brightening up, hopefully even becoming a little bit soarable as well. Top temperatures today, probably about 17 or 18 degrees, and dew point of about 10. Rain alarm at the moment, not really showing any significant sort of rain in our area or in the area that we are sort of seeing any noticeable change from. Yeah, there's a bit of a blob over Kent, but they're not really moving that fast. If we do get hit by a shower, they will be fairly slow moving. Temperature 13 and a dew point of 11. That's the picture outside, starting to improve. And yeah, David, I think, just reissued his forecast just a little while ago, talking about cumulus base 2,500 feet and reasonable conditions. But yeah, I think you can sort of see that shower risk, but it's probably not quite as bad as the Met Office is predicting. But hopefully certainly better than we had yesterday and Sunday. Currently at Farnborough, we are reporting, well, they are reporting variable at a knot and no cloud detected. They're obviously not in the mist. They're sort of seeing some of those showers as well, but nothing really much else. If you're at 300 feet, it will get better than that. And Odium, likewise, that's sort of showing that fog and hopefully scattered to 3,000 feet. Potential flight distance for today, that's fairly reasonable for what we've had in the last week. Quick sneaky look at tomorrow. Oh, look at that, very exciting. But yeah, 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. Due to all this moisture and how damp the ground, it's going to take a little while to get going. So let's say by lunchtime, probably seeing a cloud base of about 1,100, 1,200 meters. And then sort of, this shows it overdeveloping near Lasham, but out towards sort of Lark Hill, out towards Fairford, generally with cloud bases of around 3,500 feet on the whole, and hopefully we'll see that around Lasham. Hopefully so development doesn't go quite as bad, but by sort of 4 o'clock or so, it does start to collapse a little bit in our area, whether it's sort of conversions coming in off the sea, given how light the wind is, or we start to see just that little bit overdevelopment of showers. So yeah, best out towards sort of Fairford and up towards the north. At least the wind's light, you're not going to be dealing with too much of that today. Okay, NOTAMs. Keevil is active all day today. That's number 20. So unfortunately, the gliding competition there ended, and now they've striked back with having a temperature danger area there. So something on the Isle of Wight. Parachuting at Sandown. I don't think that will affect many people, but just in case there's any motor gliders listening. So that's all day, Sandown Airfield, parachuting. Fairford active all day, and 26. Yeah, this paraglide is operating out South Cerney, so hopefully that means there's no parachutes. We must clarify really if any parachuting happens there anymore. I believe it's mostly paraglider activity now. Other than that, fairly quiet. Just a quick update on how things are going. We are still in a stage where there are some runway repairs still going on. Unfortunately, the runway is not quite as good as we'd hoped. So there is going to be a little bit of runway repairs, but just ignore the fact it says Monday PM on this. But this was how we operated yesterday, and it is likely to be how we operate today. We might be able to do it the opposite way on 2.7, but effectively, we will be using the winch and the launch points and having an aerotow launch points just opposite sides of the runway. The idea of having the winch to the south of the airfield just means that the contractors are not going to at all get hit by the cables, but it worked fairly well. So that yes, the launch heights are only 1,200 feet or so, but this short run was working quite nicely. Just control our launch point vehicle by the tower, and the winch just in front of the windsock. Aerotow launch point just in the normal position there with sort of aircraft landing between it. Colin's probably already done quite a bit of the setup already. The one thing of note, if there are contractors on the runway and if the launch point is not on the runway cannot be used by aircraft for takeoff or landing. So as much as it looks clear, no landings on the runway, please. Even if it looks busy, it's just the agreement we have with the contractors is no using the runway for takeoffs and landings whilst they're busy on it. And they might start working at the bottom here by the 09 threshold. But yeah, so there is also a way we could do this on 2.7, which mirrors it. But yeah, just worth noting that the contractors will be still working fairly hard at that, and they've done a reasonable good job so far. So we'll see you out there, and hopefully we can keep that easterly, and we will have an even better day tomorrow. Bye for now.